The idea of becoming immune to pain might seem almost impossible, right? As if only heroes from ancient stories or movie characters could walk unharmed through chaos. But the truth is, this isn't fantasy. It's a skill, a way of thinking that anyone can develop. And the best part, you don't need to shut your heart or ignore life's challenges. It's something much stronger, learning to control how we react to pain so it doesn't overwhelm us. We live in a world where emotions are always at the surface, and in seconds, arguments explode on social media. Criticism, whether from a stranger or someone close to us, feels personal and painful. The slightest rejection or wrong decision can cause doubts. But what if we could handle life differently? Instead of reacting impulsively, we can learn to pause, reflect, and strengthen ourselves. Not because we're immune to pain, but because we train ourselves to endure it with more ease. This is where Stoic wisdom comes in. Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor and one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, faced unimaginable hardships, from plagues to wars, and still maintained unwavering calm. His philosophy wasn't about avoiding difficulties, but mastering his inner world. Stoicism teaches us that true strength isn't about never falling, but knowing how to get up every time, with wisdom and clarity. And it all starts with the decision to act as if nothing could truly hurt us. Before we continue, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you won't miss videos like this one. Now let's get started. Number 1. Why pain controls. Us, pain is an unavoidable part of life. But have you ever stopped to think about why it hurts so much? Why does a fleeting comment, a rejection, or a small failure seem to hurt so deeply? The answer doesn't lie in the pain itself, but in the meaning we attach to it. Our expectations, our search for validation, and our desire to control the uncontrollable amplify the suffering. One thing you always need to remember is that pain is a reaction. It arises when what we want doesn't match what reality offers. When we lose control over how things unfold, it triggers an explosion of emotions. For example, in relationships, when someone we care about pulls away, we feel as if our self-worth is fading. This happens because our mind has linked that person's presence with our identity. On social media, which is supposed to connect us, we often feel more alone. A negative comment can crush our confidence because deep down, we seek approval in a place that wasn't designed for it. The same happens at work. A criticism from a boss or colleague may feel like a personal attack, even if it's not. We spend hours on a project, hoping for recognition, and when it doesn't come, we feel like our effort was wasted. But what truly hurts is not the criticism, but the unfulfilled expectation that our work would be praised. Pain works like a storm. It comes in waves, sometimes strong and fast, other times slow and constant. You can't avoid the rain, wind, or thunder, but you can choose how to face them. Will you stand still, unprotected, letting the storm hit you? Or will you build shelter, find solid ground, and learn to endure until the sky clears again? Often, without realizing it, we let the storm control our lives. We react impulsively, blaming the rain for falling, instead of learning how to carry an umbrella. That's why pain feels so heavy. It feeds off our desire to control what we cannot. When we expect life to shape itself according to our will, every obstacle feels like a betrayal. But the truth is, the storm is not our enemy. It's just a force of nature, indifferent to what we want. The sooner you accept this, the easier it will be to shift your focus to what really matters, how you get through the storm. Number 2, control what you can. The essence of Stoicism lies in a simple but profound principle. Focus only on what is within your control. At the heart of this philosophy is the idea that people, circumstances, external actions, and even the weather are beyond our control. But there's something we can control: how we react to these situations. Marcus Aurelius, who witnessed the empire around him crumble, understood that while he couldn't control the forces of nature or destiny, he could always govern his thoughts, actions, and responses. Stoicism teaches us that by focusing on what's inside us, we find peace even amidst chaos. Imagine yourself in a room full of people. There are voices shouting opinions, demands, criticisms, insults, all vying for your attention. You can't silence them. You can't make them stop speaking. But maybe you don't know. You don't have to listen to all of them. You have the power to choose which voice to hear. It could be your inner voice, your purpose, or simply the silence of the present moment. No matter how loud the noise around you gets, it's you who decides where to focus your attention. This example mirrors real life. While we can't control the chaos around us, criticisms, dramas, uncertainties, we can choose where to direct our energy, and this choice makes all the difference. This idea is even more important today. Social media is one of the loudest places we inhabit, filled with negative comments, unrealistic expectations, and constant comparisons. A simple scroll through your feed can trigger 1,000 negative thoughts, making us compare our lives to carefully curated glimpses of others' lives. However, when we practice Stoic detachment, we realize that the judgment of others and the pressure to fit in aren't worth carrying. We don't have to react to everything. Instead, we can choose not to get involved with all the voices around us. When office politics start to affect your peace, you can focus on doing your best work without being pulled into unnecessary arguments. When problems hit hard, you can remind yourself that you control your reaction, even if you don't control the situation. The real power of Stoicism isn't about hiding your feelings or ignoring reality, but choosing where to direct your energy. By letting go of what we can't control, we free ourselves from unnecessary suffering and find an inner peace that helps us navigate even the toughest situations. Number 3, acting as if nothing hurts is not suppression. A common mistake is thinking that acting unaffected means denying pain, suppressing feelings, or resisting until we have no emotions left. Many people believe that in order to overcome pain, we must act as if it doesn't exist. But this mindset isn't about ignoring your feelings or pretending nothing has affected you. Instead, it's about acknowledging the pain without letting it take over you. Real strength lies in allowing yourself to feel the pain, but not letting it control your mind or actions. To better understand, imagine a calm and clear lake. Now, think of someone tossing a small stone into the water. When the stone hits the surface, ripples spread out, disturbing the calm. But here's the secret. The lake doesn't fight the waves. It doesn't try to stop them. It simply lets them come and then returns to its natural stillness. The water doesn't cling to the disturbance, nor does it try to hold on to it as if it has to stay forever. It lets it pass peacefully. Pain works the same way. When we feel pain, it's like a stone being thrown into the calm water of our mind. The initial impact creates emotional ripples, but these ripples only stay if we hold on to them. Just like the lake, we can choose to let the pain pass without allowing it to distort our inner peace. A practical tip for living this philosophy is conscious recognition. When pain arises, take a moment to identify the emotion. This is sadness, or this is frustration. There's no need to push it away or pretend it's not happening. Just acknowledge it. Then, take a deep breath and let it be. Instead of losing yourself in the emotion or trying to force it away, let yourself feel it for a moment and then let it go gently. The goal isn't to suppress the emotion, but to let it pass without being overwhelmed by it. By doing this, you regain control. You're no longer defined by the pain. You simply experience it as it comes and then move forward. This practice is a powerful tool for reclaiming your peace and strength. Over time, it can help you develop unshakable resilience. Number 4, embracing pain as a teacher. Pain is often seen as an enemy. We run from it, try to avoid it, and suppress it as much as we can. But what if pain wasn't something to fear or reject? What if, instead, it was one of our greatest teachers? Every experience of pain carries a lesson if we're willing to listen to it. When we change our perspective and start to see pain not as an obstacle, but as a guide, it stops being destructive and becomes something much more revealing. For example, think of a heartbreak. In the moment it happens, it feels like the world is falling apart around you. The pain is unbearable, and everything about the relationship, every memory, every word seems filled with sadness. But over time, that pain can turn into a teacher. After a breakup, many people discover something important about themselves, what they truly value, what their boundaries are, and where they allowed themselves to be too generous or complacent. Pain reveals the places where we've been let down, but it also points the way to what we need to change. In this way, deep pain becomes a reflection, showing us lessons about self-esteem, inner strength, and the need for personal growth. It's not the pain that defines us, but how we use it to transform ourselves. One practical way to turn pain into learning is to keep a journal. When you feel pain, whether it's a small disappointment or deep sorrow, take some time to write it down. Reflect on your feelings and ask yourself, what is this pain trying to teach me? Is it showing you the need to set boundaries? A reminder to take better care of yourself? A sign that your values need to align more with your actions? Write it all down. Use your journal as a safe space to explore these questions. Over time, you'll be able to identify patterns, moments when you were hurt in similar ways, areas where you've grown stronger. Pain, when understood and processed, can become a powerful teacher, turning struggles into growth and strength. The journal allows you to deal with pain in a calm way, rather than letting it control your reactions. It transforms emotional turmoil into an organized opportunity for growth, helping you move forward with more wisdom and a deeper understanding of yourself. Congratulations for making it this far. This is already a big sign that you're committed to your growth and evolution. Keep going, because every step you take, no matter how small, brings you closer to the strongest and most resilient version of yourself. Remember, the journey is about courage and perseverance, and you're on the right path. Now, share a phrase in the comments that represents your strength, like, "I am the master of my reaction." Now, back to the lesson. Number 5, the power of inner strength through practice. Developing the ability to act as if nothing truly affects you doesn't happen overnight. It's a skill that requires ongoing effort, patience, and practice. Think of it as training for a marathon. You don't wake up ready to run 42 kilometers. Instead, you build endurance little by little, kilometer by kilometer, until you're strong enough to handle the distance. Similarly, inner strength is like a muscle that gets stronger each time you face a challenge and choose to respond calmly and clearly. The more you practice, the easier it becomes, allowing you to get through life's difficulties with balance and stability. But how do you strengthen this resilience muscle? One of the most effective ways is to include daily habits in your routine. Start with gratitude. Each morning, take a moment to think of 3 things you're thankful for, no matter how small or big they are. It could be the warmth of the sun, the support of a friend, or simply the gift of another day. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's wrong to what's right in your life, creating a mindset of abundance rather than scarcity. Along with gratitude, try starting your day with affirmations. These are positive phrases that remind you of your strength, purpose, and ability to handle any situation. Say something like, "I am strong. I can face challenges with confidence. No matter what happens today, I will stay strong." This small act of boosting your power helps prepare your spirit for the day. Also, visualization is a powerful tool. Spend a few minutes each morning imagining yourself successfully handling the challenges you might face. Picture yourself staying calm in the face of a problem or conflict. See yourself acting with confidence and composure. Life isn't a race, and inner strength doesn't come from one big push. It's a marathon, where each step matters more than speed. Some days you might stumble, other days you'll breeze through, but every time you move forward, no matter how small the step, you'll be building more inner strength. These small but meaningful actions form the foundation of your strength. The more committed you are to this process, the less life's challenges will bring you down. You'll find yourself standing strong, not because you avoided pain, but because you learned to face it with confidence and courage. Number 6, choosing detachment. Without indifference, detachment is often misunderstood. Many believe it means distancing yourself from emotions, becoming cold or indifferent. However, detachment isn't about being indifferent, but about not letting external situations define who you are or disturb your peace. It's about realizing you can care deeply without letting the ups and downs of life control your emotions. Detachment is a form of strength. It allows you to respond with clarity instead of reacting out of fear or desperation. For example, losing a job might feel like a huge blow at first. You might feel frustration, confusion, maybe even shame. But by practicing detachment, you can choose to see this moment not as the end, but as an opportunity. Instead of falling into a cycle of doubt or anger, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Maybe it's a sign to seek a new path. Perhaps you were stuck in a job that no longer aligned with your values or dreams. By practicing detachment, you free yourself from clinging to the job itself and focus on the new possibilities ahead. Continue with your goals, but don't hold on to one specific outcome. This mindset opens up space for growth and allows you to change direction without carrying the burden of the past. One essential way to cultivate detachment without becoming indifferent is to notice where you're holding on too tightly. Are you overly attached to a relationship, material things, or the idea of success? This attachment often causes suffering because it makes happiness dependent on these things. If you tie your self-worth to something external, like a position, a relationship, or an object, you risk suffering when those things are gone. Practice mental detachment. Take a moment to reflect on what you're holding on to too tightly and then consciously let it go. Visualize this attachment as something you can hold lightly, something that doesn't need to define you. This is a simple but powerful mental exercise. Over time, you'll realize that you can still care about people, success, and the things you value without letting them take over your peace. Detachment gives you the freedom to live fully without being ruled by the fear of losing. It brings mental clarity and becomes an emotional safeguard, allowing you to move through life with more serenity and balance. Number 7. Building mental clarity and emotional strength. Mental clarity has become rare. With constant notifications, endless emails, social media, and daily pressures, it's easy to feel like your mind is overwhelmed, constantly stimulated, tired, and unfocused from all the decisions we need to make. The overload of information and demands makes it almost impossible to think clearly or respond attentively to challenges. Instead, we often react without thinking, without considering all our options. The more we let chaos in, the more we lose touch with our ability to act with purpose. Building mental resilience requires clarity, as it's key to building emotional protection, the inner strength that helps us face life's struggles without being crushed. One of the most effective ways to improve mental clarity is by simplifying life. What some people call mental minimalism is actually a conscious effort to reduce unnecessary stimuli. The more information you absorb without filtering, the more confused your mind becomes. To regain clarity, it's important to limit distractions. Choose your environment carefully. Remove sources of noise, whether they are physical or digital. Turn off unnecessary notifications, set boundaries for your time, and decide where to invest your energy. This doesn't mean disconnecting entirely from the world, but being intentional about what you allow into your mind. Creating space for clarity can be as simple as taking moments of silence throughout the day. Whether it's 5 minutes of meditation or a walk without your phone, these quiet moments help restore your mental focus, giving you the strength to face challenges with more calm. Think of your mind like a garden. Just as a garden needs care to grow well, your good thoughts, values, and goals can only flourish if you remove the weeds, distractions, and clutter that hinder your progress. If these weeds grow unchecked, your garden will become messy, and your growth will suffer. Likewise, if your mind is overloaded with noise and constant demands, it will be difficult to think clearly and make decisions that truly benefit your well-being. By regularly clearing mental clutter, you protect your clarity and strengthen your emotional resilience, ensuring you'll be ready for any challenges that come your way. Number 8. The value of gratitude and perspective. Gratitude plays a key role in building emotional strength. It acts as a shield against difficulties. When we focus on what's good, it becomes harder to be overwhelmed by pain. Gratitude doesn't erase problems or suffering, but it changes the way we see things. It doesn't ignore the challenges, but gives us a new way to view them. In a world where we're constantly bombarded with negativity and comparisons, gratitude serves as a mental defense, preserving our peace even in tough times. When we choose to focus on what's going well, what we have, and what we can be grateful for, the weight of pain feels lighter. Imagine someone going through a great loss, whether of a loved one, a job, or a dream. During mourning and sadness, it might seem impossible to find anything good. Yet, there is often something to be thankful for. The time spent with the person who passed, the lessons learned from a lost job, or the new opportunities that await. Gratitude doesn't lessen the pain of loss. It just helps balance it. It offers a new perspective, reminding us that, even in our darkest moments, there's still something good to be found. This shift in focus can be deeply healing, bringing comfort and strength when the burden feels unbearable. A simple way to incorporate gratitude into your routine is by writing down 3 things you're thankful for every day. It could be something as simple as the taste of your breakfast coffee, the kindness of a friend, or the chance to take a walk outdoors. On tough days, this practice becomes even more important. It's easy to fall into negative thinking when things aren't going well, but taking a moment to identify something positive, no matter how small, can be incredibly empowering. Over time, this habit trains your mind to look for the good, creating a stronger mindset that makes it easier to face challenges. When practiced regularly, gratitude becomes both a shield and a reminder that even in the face of pain, there is always much to be thankful for. Number 9. Facing life with courage and calm. Life will always bring challenges. No matter how much we try to prepare, avoid, or control situations, difficulties are a part of the human experience. The The goal then is not to escape pain or problems, but to learn how to face them with courage and calm. This mindset allows us to go through hardships without being swept away by them. Courage doesn't mean the absence of fear, but the willingness to act despite it. Similarly, calm doesn't mean doing nothing but having the ability to maintain emotional control, even in the midst of chaos. When we approach challenges with this combination of courage and calm, we become stronger, wiser, and better prepared for any obstacle that comes our way. True strength lies not in avoiding pain, but in facing it with dignity and resilience. Life will sometimes test us relentlessly, but how we respond defines our character, our peace, and ultimately, our fate. Adopt the Stoic mindset. Act with courage, stay calm, and live life with dignity. Stoics believe that while we cannot control external events, we always have control over how we react. You can choose how to act, how to think, and how to behave in tough situations. The more you adopt this way of thinking, the less pain will have the power to define who you are. In fact, you'll realize that pain doesn't destroy you, it strengthens you. Every difficulty, every challenge, is an opportunity to improve your strength, deepen your character, and connect more with who you truly are. When you stop letting pain dictate your story, you free yourself to live fully, no longer a prisoner of fear or sadness. Pain comes and goes, but the strength you build by facing it with courage and calm lasts. Life doesn't get easier, we just get stronger. With every challenge we face with determination, we prove to ourselves that we can handle any storm. The next time life presents a challenge, remember this: you are not defined by the pain you feel, but by how you rise after it. Get up. Act with purpose. Know that your strength will move you forward. As you move ahead, remember that life's challenges aren't here to knock you down, but to shape you. Every barrier, every painful moment is an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. You have the power to choose how you will respond. Face every situation with courage and live with the calmness of someone who knows their worth. Living as if nothing can hurt you doesn't mean avoiding pain, but learning to control it, learn from it, and remain unshaken in the face of obstacles. That's why I encourage you to put this lesson into practice. Start today. Find an area in your life where you can practice detachment, gratitude, or resilience. Think about how you want to react to the challenges ahead. Remember, it's not about being perfect, but about evolving. Every small step matters, and the more you commit to this way of thinking, the stronger you become. Take charge of your story. Rise up. Live with courage, calm, and grace. You are stronger than you think. You've made it to the end of this video, and that shows your commitment to becoming stronger and more resilient. Every lesson you take with you is a step toward a more peaceful and powerful life, where you can handle challenges with courage and balance. Remember that true strength lies in how you choose to respond. Leave a comment with a phrase that shows your determination, such as, "I choose to grow stronger with every challenge." If this message resonated with you, don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on more content like this, and give the video a like. Join us in building resilience, seeking wisdom, and facing life with unwavering strength. Share this video with someone who needs to hear this message, and together we will become stronger. Now to wrap up, keep applying these principles in your life and watch how each step transforms you.